Dvir Reznik from Onavo here in Israel. So tell me a little bit about Onavo and how it started off and what you guys are doing exactly.
Cool. Well, first off, when we started Onavo, we targeted travelers. This is actually where we started. We came back from a trip to Europe. We received that huge bill shock, and we said, okay, something's got to change. So we went and thought, okay, how do we compress the data? How can we get the user to, first of all, be aware of how much data, how many megabytes is downloading, and at the second part, look at the code itself and analyze, okay, what are the stuff that we can dismiss while still keeping the same experience to the user, not changing everything and not diminishing what is seen. So this is the thing how we started, and then we looked at specific apps that travelers are targeting. So it's email, it's Google Maps, Facebook, your social networks, Safari, obviously, and then we looked at those apps from sort of a reverse engineering aspect and trying to understand, okay, how do these apps consume data? Because most are not data efficient. They don't care if you're on home, if you're on mobile, if you're on Wi-Fi, 3G. They just download the data to you as it is. And with those specific apps, we said, okay, these are real benefits that we can provide here. Like with email, we're reaching 90% savings. Google Maps, 65-70%.
Wow.
So those are very awesome savings that you can provide to travelers at a minimal cost. Right now it's obviously free, but we do plan on charging some sort of fee along the line. The other aspect that we've learned as we go further is the entire insights into data usage. Right now, data usage on the phone is just a big black hole. If you look at your phone bill, the monthly phone bill that you receive, the users understand minutes. He has a breakdown. You call this number, that number, the call lasted 15 minutes, 5 minutes. You pay X dollars per a minute. Same goes for text. You know how many text messages you sent and how much they cost. But for data, you just have one line saying you've consumed 300 megabytes. That's it. You have no idea where the data is going. You have no idea which apps are consuming what amount of megabytes. And so we targeted Onavo and said, okay, we can give you also insights into that app. So now the user has the ability to say, okay, wait a minute, I know that iTunes, App Store consumes a lot of data, so even if I'm not roaming and just 3G domestic, why not wait for Wi-Fi to do all my updates? Or I know that YouTube also consumes a lot of data, so that's another aspect for Wi-Fi. From the app standpoint, you have over 300,000 apps on the App Store. You have maybe 10 various apps for Twitter. How do you know which is best? Right now you rate them by what features do they have. Do they support multiple accounts, for instance? Do they allow you to do TweetPic and multi-picture and every other services? Why not look at them from a data consumption angle? So for instance, you know that Echo Phone or TweetDeck or Twitter for iPhone, compare the three and say, okay, Echo Phone is more data efficient, so I'll use that when I'm traveling abroad, or I'll use that when I'm at home, compared to other apps that may consume more data.
So are you guys tracking this for the consumer?
We don't track the data itself for the consumer. What we do from a privacy standpoint is really providing you, what we do from the privacy standpoint is really looking at the entire aggregated data, which is anonymized. We have no idea that you specifically downloaded the app or that you specifically did an action on your email or on the web. We just know it's web. So that's why we eventually at the end of the month give you a breakdown saying with Safari you used up this amount of megabytes. So this is basically what we're offering right now to iPhone users. Android coming soon, hopefully within 2 months.
Very exciting.
We plan on having a beta soon, so we
not an exact date. Come on.
So we can open up some slots for the US users over there.
Okay.
Also working on an iPad version, which is very, very interesting. Sorry, just
no problem.
Twitter is crazy. So for iPad and tablets are incredible data hogs. And users have no idea what's going on, and in most cases you need a bigger data plan for your iPad than for your iPhone.
I do a lot more on my iPad than I do on my phone anymore.
True.
So what's the URL exactly?
Onavo.com. That's where you can find all the information about Onavo.
Hang on, it's onavo.com.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Onavo.com, and there is the video there. There are
download the ringtone now.
There is the ringtone.
Very
the video, so just watch the video and then you can download the ringtone. The ringtone is at our blog, I think.
Great.
That's it.
Thank you so much, Dvir.
Thank you, Jack. It's been a pleasure.